Oh, hello. You're a bit early. Well, you've just caught me answering a few questions and comments on my videos actually at the moment. So I guess you might as well hang around and see how that works. So one of the things I've had to get used to since doing the channel is all these acronyms or abbreviations that people use for words, because I wasn't very savvy about that before. So things like LOL, laughing out loud. That's always nice. Quite often get there's one there who said that. So yep, I'll just answer that. Thanks a lot for the support. Glad you enjoyed it. What else have we got? Oh yeah, another one, LMAO, laughing my arse off. Again, I'm glad people find the videos good fun. So yeah, many thanks, my friend. Hope you enjoy the channel. And there's a couple I'm not quite sure. Still a few that I haven't found out about. So here we've got, get this one quite a lot actually. FOAD. People often say that. I'm guessing, was it for falling on my ass, dying with laughter, or something like that, I guess. Maybe I'll look that up in a minute, but for now I'll just get on with it. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Glad you enjoyed. And hold on. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, FOAD. Haha. Thanks, my friend. And here's another one I get quite a few actually. This is KYS. I guess that's a modern hip way of sending me a kiss. It's a bit odd, but over familiar maybe, but I guess they're just being friendly. So KYS, I get that one a lot. So again, thanks a lot, buddy. Kisses to you too. Okay, great. Well, let's get into the video. Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to be talking about 5 designer fragrances you could own and smell great all the time without having to collect any more. Before we do that, here's my latest acquisition, which I'm really excited about. It's Vintage Kouros by Yves Saint Laurent. It's actually the aftershave toner rather than the eau de toilette. Thank you very much to the person who gave this to me. It's so strong that I can't imagine how the eau de toilette would be necessary. It really is a very powerful scent, and the reason I've got it, of course, is because I'm going to be doing my Beast Mode Top 10 video very soon. Suffice to say, this will make the list. Not sure exactly what position, but people talk about some of the niche stuff out there that's really strong, but I've smelled a lot of those too. And even in the aftershave form, this can compete with any of them. The other thing that I noticed about it is it's a surprisingly nice scent. Better than we think, actually. It's not so offensive as some people might have you believe, but it certainly is strong. So if we could own just 5 fragrances, I did a cheap video before about 4 cheapies that would be good. You could just own those and not have to have anything else. I've stretched it up to 5 because we're spending a bit more anyway here, because we're going for designer fragrances, so sort of in the mid-price range, and I'm going to be doing the niche version soon. So let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so here's my choice of 5 designer fragrances that I could own happily if I only had 5, and I think I could smell pretty good for any occasion with these 5. Number 1 then, it's Ferrari Bright Neroli. It's one that you've not heard me talk about before. This was made well known by Chad from A Gentleman's Journey, a Canadian who's got a great YouTube channel, and he has been advocating this one as a great alternative, much cheaper than Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. So this fragrance is centered around the accord of neroli. We've also got some petitgrain, lemon and orange in there. There's rosemary, Sichuan pepper, vetiver, patchouli and ambroxide. I don't get that it's a total clone of Neroli Portofino, but it is pretty close and serves the same purpose in your wardrobe. It's got a really nice fresh orangey opening, and it does dry down to a neroli fragrance with a little bit of woodiness and stuff like, and some patchouli in there to keep it hanging around. So it's got decent longevity, not massive projection, but great for the office, great for work, great for daytime, great for hot weather, and great for any situation where you can't decide what to throw on and you just want something light but rather classy and elegant. So Ferrari Bright Neroli, available in the UK on Beauty Spin really cheaply at the moment, but a little bit harder to get, I think, in the States. But if you can get it, worth trying out if you can sniff it. A really nice fresh daytime citrus neroli type cologne. Let's move on quickly then. The next one in my list is going to be a discontinued fragrance, and this one is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, and this is the original Italian-made version. Now, I don't like to put too many discontinued things in my videos because they're hard for people to get, but I've only been interested in this one for less than 6 months, and I've already picked up two 75ml bottles without spending a huge amount, and I've got them on eBay in the UK. So if I can do it, so can you, and it is worth seeking out. If you smell the current Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, it's a bit like that, but deeper, richer, and stronger performing, much better. But that does give you an idea of how it smells if you can smell that one in the shops. So this one has got some bergamot and neroli again, and there's some mandarin in there. We've got lavender, sage, pepper, tarragon, cardamom. There's tobacco, cedar, tonka, iris, sandalwood and cedarwood. So it's a light citrusy opening, but with a lot more complexity underneath that, and I think that's why it's so well liked. It's one of Max Forti's favourites, used to be his signature scent, and I can see why. An exquisite, delicate yet complex scent that anyone can wear all year round, I think, and particularly good again as a signature scent or a daytime kind of scent, but you can certainly wear it on nights out too if you can get it. Be a bit different. Try Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, the original Italian version. Moving on then, a much more recent release, we've got Valentino Uomo Intense. Okay, so this one is talked about a lot recently as an alternative to Dior Homme Intense. It contains notes of mandarin, iris, leather, vanilla and tonka bean, amongst other things, and it does smell a fair bit like Dior Homme Intense. But it's got its own little thing going on there. It has got quite a lot of iris. The black leather is fairly important in there, and the mandarin gives it that little orangey opening as well. I think it's a really interesting scent. It's got good performance as it's an eau de parfum, and maybe if there's some things about Dior Homme Intense that you just find a little bit much with the kind of lipsticky vibe, I don't think this has quite so much of it, but it's got its own thing going on. If you want to try out Dior Homme Intense, that would be a great alternative, and that is a more well-established classic. So you might prefer the original Dior Homme Intense. Even in its current formulation, which I have, it still performs reasonably well and is a great and classic scent. So that's more for your nighttime kind of situations, a bit more rich, seductive, and a bit more challenging maybe on the nose, but you've got to have some of those in your collection. Next up then, now remember, this is my own personal choices. It's going to be quirky, it's going to be things I happen to like. So therefore the next one is Rive Gauche Pour Homme, and this is from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. It's the La Collection reissue of the fragrance that used to come in a rather nice tin can that resembled hairspray or shaving foam. So Rive Gauche is a barbershop scent. It is a classic barbershop scent. Some consider it one of the best barbershop scents out there, certainly in the designer field. The accords on this one are listed helpfully on the box. So we have lavender, geranium, patchouli, vetiver and guaiac wood. First released in 2003, the reissue came out more recently than that. So a great, really good performing, soapy, fresh barbershop scent. Somehow conjures up the 1980s, I think, a little bit, this one, with that kind of shaving foam vibe. And it's a nice creaminess. It's very wearable. It's compared to things like Azzaro Pour Homme, which are classic 70s powerhouse type scents. But it's more easy to like in the modern era than those ones, and everything that was a bit offensive about things like Azzaro Pour Homme or maybe Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, or the things that were a bit too old-fashioned for some of us to want to wear now, has been toned down, and everything that we liked in those, the sort of soapiness, there's an almost licorice or aniseed-like accord in there that is really, really nice. So I think it does actually contain star anise. I could be wrong about that, it's not listed, but yeah, a great scent. Barbershop classic, bit of a dad scent, so it might be for the 30s and upwards, this one, but if you're into fragrances and you're a man, you've got to check it out. Last but not least then, I'm going for Eau Sauvage Parfum by the house of Christian Dior. So I wanted to have a Dior in there, and this is the one that made the cut for me. Great performance on this one. Opens up with bergamot. Then we've just got myrrh and vetiver listed as the official notes. It's a really rich, dense scent, appropriate for evenings in cold weather and formal occasions. Not so much for daytime or work because it's a bit too strong. Probably looks like you're trying a bit too hard. That would make a great fifth scent for me personally. So here's my list. I've got something nice and fresh for the daytime and for summer. My alternative to Neroli Portofino in the designer realm. I've got a little bit of a rarity, the discontinued Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, a very elegant all-rounder. For nighttime and occasions when I want something a little rich and perhaps seductive, I think Uomo Intense works well from Valentino. Rive Gauche, due to the fact I love barbershop style scents and I like looking back to the past, is a great retro kind of scent. And Eau Sauvage Parfum is a more recent release from 2012, I think, that has a classic vibe to it, great performance, and will be great for formal occasions or any time that one needs to appear classy. These are my 5 choices. I've left out all sorts of great fragrances, of course. There's nothing from Chanel here. That's a bit weird. I haven't got Dolce & Gabbana's the one. A lot of people like that one. There's, Yves Saint Laurent, La Nuit de l'Homme, a lot of people love. There's so many that I could have put in here. I could have put Dior Sauvage in here. It's a little bit mainstream for me. Perhaps a little bit too many people wear it. But maybe I'm thinking a lot of people wear that. I don't want to be just like everybody else, but it is a great fragrance, and I've recently been finding performance on this is very good. So if you actually find this scent appealing, it could be a great choice and a real Swiss Army knife in your fragrance collection. So what are your picks? What did you think of mine? What did I leave out, and what 5 would you pick in the designer mid-priced kind of range? We're not having any niche in this list. My last list was cheapies. I stretched out to 5 this time just for fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you again soon. And remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project.
Mr. Smelly.